Women secretly love men who cheat. Now, this is not a conversation for kids. This is a conversation about power and about the raw biological truth of what women are attracted to on a level the modern culture tries to hide from you. In this video, we're not going to talk about being unfaithful per se. We're going to talk about having the guts to cheat in the first place, to break the rules, and to risk it all for a prize you know you have to win. I'm going to break down why that raw, unapologetic courage is the most attractive thing a woman can ever find in a man. I'm going to show you the hard truth about why your sexual loyalty to your girlfriend is not the price you think it is. So if you're done with fairy tales and you're ready for what's real, you need to watch every single second of what I'm about to tell you next. My name is Genki and I'm a personal strategist. Let's face it, you've been fed a lie. A very convenient one that keeps you predictable, easy to manage, and stuck. A fairy tale script they sell you in movies and in pop songs is simple. Be nice, be loyal, treat her like you treat your daughter, and she will love you and desire you forever. It's a nice story, right? The problem is, it's a complete and utter BS. It's based on total misunderstanding of what actually drives female attention on a primal level. And you've probably followed the rules, haven't you? You've been the nice guy, you've been loyal to a fault, only to watch her pull away, to feel that spark just die. And you're left wondering what the hell's wrong with you. Well, you did nothing wrong, my friend. You just used the wrong playbook. Let's be real about what we're talking about here. This is not about the act of cheating per se. That's the surface level drama. The real topic, the thing we need to focus on, is the type of man who is capable of cheating in the first place. What does he have? He has the guts to take a risk. He has the courage to look at the rules, to look at what society expects, to look at what his girlfriend expects, and decide that his own mission, his own gut feeling, and his own ambition comes first. This is a man who is willing to risk losing it all, the girl, the reputation, the stability, to go after what he wants. He's a risk taker, and that willingness to take risk is the foundation for every single thing you want in life. Think about it logically. Step outside of relationships for a second. How do you build a multi-million-dollar business, for example? By playing it safe? By asking for permission? No. You do it by taking calculated risks that would make other people sick to their stomach. How do you get to the top of any competitive field? Sports, finance, anything. You bet on yourself when no one else will. You risk failure. You risk looking like a fool because you have the courage to believe in your own vision. The man who is terrified of risk is a man who will always work for someone else. He's the man who will always have a ceiling on his income, on his freedom, on his life. He lives in a cage of safety, and that cage will always keep him small. So what happens when a man takes these massive risks and they pay off? What does he get? He gets status. And I'm not just talking about a nice watch or a fast car. That's amateur level. I'm talking about a real status. The respect in other high status men's eyes. The influence. The feeling people get when you walk into a room that you're forced to be reckoned with. It's the vibe that you create your own reality instead of living in someone else's. And that status, my friend, is the most powerful drug when it comes to female attraction. It's not something she decides to like. It's backed in her DNA. It's a non-negotiable part of her operating system. This is where logic starts to get uncomfortable for most people, so pay attention. When a woman gets with a high-status man, a man she knows is a top prize, her primal fear gets switched on inside her head. A fear of losing him. Her subconscious mind immediately starts working on one single problem. How do I keep this guy around? How do I make sure he keeps investing in me and not the dozens of other women who also want him? And what is the most powerful tool for her subconscious to solve this problem? Loyalty. Her faithfulness now becomes a defensive move. A strategy to make herself seem like a safest, best bet for him, to reduce the chances that he'll leave her for one of his other options. Her loyalty is a direct result of her fear of losing a high-value man. But here's the killer point, the one that society refuses to talk about openly. Loyalty is not the same for men and women. It just isn't. We have different biological incentives. We're playing a different game with different victory conditions. This isn't just my opinion, it's a simple biological fact. A man's loyalty historically has been about providing and protecting. It's a resource exclusivity. My money, my house, my protection, my attention is all for you and our kids. This is his ancient promise to her. A man proves his loyalty by what he gives exclusively to her. A woman's loyalty, on the other hand, is primarily about one thing: sexual exclusivity and faith in his plan. Why? Because the biggest biological problem a man has ever faced is paternity uncertainty. She always knows the baby is hers, but for most of human history, he never knew for sure. Her being faithful was the only thing that guaranteed he wasn't spending all of his time and resources raising another man's kid. Her loyalty is about making sure his investment is safe. So a man's loyalty is about providing for her alone. A woman's loyalty is about receiving from him alone, guaranteeing his bloodline that way. These are not the same concept, guys. So let's connect the dots here. When you as a man make sexual exclusivity your primary offer in a relationship, you are trying to impress her by using her form of loyalty, not yours. And even though she will tell you that that's what she wants, because that's the script everyone follows, her deep subconscious animal brain, the part that actually controls attention, gets totally different message. It feels that something is off. Her instincts can sense that your natural masculine drive for other women, every man has it, it's natural, but she sees you're actively killing that drive, and not because you have a higher purpose, but simply to please her and not to rock the boat. And what does that signal to her deep ancient brain, the part that is stress testing you for survival? It signals weakness. It signals that you're a man who does not have the guts to go after what he truly wants. It signals that you're easily controlled by social pressure, by the fear of what others might think. And her subconscious mind makes a simple calculation. If this guy is too scared to risk my disapproval to follow his own nature, how in the hell can I trust him to risk everything to protect me and our children when a real disaster happens? Say, when the economy collapses. When there's a real danger, she needs a warrior, not a pleaser. And the warrior does whatever he wants. And this is the big secret. She's not attracted to cheating itself. That's messy and quite frankly destructive. She's attracted to the man who has the inner strength, the sovereign frame, the raw power that makes him capable of it if he had to be. Because that same willingness to break rules for what he wants is the exact same energy he will use to build an empire, to protect his family, or to win at the game of life. The nice guy who suppresses his own nature signals that he is weak and afraid. The powerful man who controls his nature for a higher purpose signals that he is strong and in command. And her body, her biology will always choose the stronger man. Because in the real world, strength is what keeps you alive. Look, I get it. This is not an easy pill to swallow. It goes against everything the world has tried to teach you about being a man. It's much more comfortable to believe in a fairy tale that just being nice is enough. But my job on this channel is not to make you comfortable. It is to give you the truth, the unfiltered operating manual for how the world actually works, so you can finally start winning. So you can build a life where you have the freedom, the power, and the options to be with a woman who is with you because she genuinely respects you, not because you are a safe option. And guys, this is not a guide on how to cheat. This is a guide on how to become so dangerous, so capable, and so focused on your mission that your infidelity to her stops being that big of a deal in the first place. To build yourself into a man who doesn't need to break the rules because he is busy making his own. This is a man who women will fight over behind the scenes. The man they secretly love is the man who has the courage to live by his own code. So if you're done with BS advice that keeps you stuck on a friend zone or in a dead relationship and you want the real playbook for money, power, attraction in this modern world, then subscribe to this channel because we're just getting warmed up.